to respond. I can't, like I said, I can't force anything.
I'm giving you a direct
I can't force anything.
I'm giving you a direct order. As of today, you shall not file anything unless it goes through me.
Sergeant Davis, unless they rewrite city and departmental policy.
Okay. All right. Well,
I believe that I may have some other alternatives.
Well, that's why I'm bringing this directive.
Based on certain issues.
Well, but you don't have any evidence of it. First of all,
if you're specifically telling me that I can't utilize city and departmental policy,
but you're not utilizing it.
That's
the bottom line is don't file any more grievances or complaints unless they come through me.
Sergeant Davis, unless they rewrite departmental and city policy, I believe I may have some other alternatives.
Okay, well, when you do,
there's human resources.
Be prepared to get some discipline. Disciplinary action will follow.
Well, if you want to discipline me for that, I can't control that.
If the chief of police has already made a decision against you and disciplined you, and then tells you you can have a hearing, and the chief of police is the chair of that hearing, how do you feel you have fair shake? I mean, I don't, and I'm not ridiculing.
Police can't police the community if they can't police themselves. So officers have to file complaints with the people that the complaints are against. Which means, as Nelson and others have said, in order for the officers to be found innocent, the people who the complaints are against would have to find themselves guilty.
So why you didn't do it?
So I'm just trying to.
So therefore, but you just said that you weren't named, no. But now, see how you investigating yourself?
Because I was directed to.
See?
And I will continue to be doing the same thing when I'm directed to. You didn't put my name in here, first of all, and also I have to do a response on the one that you put my name in. So I'll do that too. I'll do that too, because guess what? It came from the city manager. And if it comes from the city manager, comes down through my chain, I do what my boss tells me to do. I'm just going to tell you. He directs me to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. Okay? So if it comes down the chain back to me, guess what? Sergeant Davis is going to take care of it. And that's what I'm going to do. And again, I'm telling you, I've told you once, probably 2 times, 3 times, anything else needs to come through me. And it will go up the chain appropriately. If there's
Tell me how filing a job appeal for a departmental reprimand, that you will be the one to hear it and respond.
Well, I did. And I did it from the order of my lieutenant. So if you want to file whatever.
So is there any policy that you knew if it wasn't right that you would still have to do it?
If you file whatever.
Did you have any alternative?
No, I don't have any alternative. When my lieutenant tell me to do something,
whether it's right or
and I will not stand by and do that. But what I will do is supervise you. That's what I will do. Furthermore, you left here on Friday and you said you were sick. Can you sign this rights form? Because I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, you said you left here because we had an appointment at 1600. You failed to tell me you were sick. You called, you came in.
What do you mean I failed to tell you I was sick?
You failed to tell me you were sick.
Is there anything in the directives that says
but you could have told me out of courtesy. Out of courtesy. I am your supervisor.
If I'm trying to make it.
If we have an appointment, Officer Thomas, I want you, no, you need to, and you will inform me before our appointment, if there's something urgent that came up, unless it comes up that minute during our appointment, you will inform me from this day forward that you will not be able to attend whatever it is that you are to attend. Is that understood? Is that understood?
I informed you when I came
Yeah,
down
you informed
here.
me at 1600. Well, you could have informed me at 12 or 11. Then that
Can
leads
you-
me to me to that
can
leads
you-
me to the other issue.
Do you
that
know
have.
how I was feeling?
Why you didn't
Can
call
you
me?
understand how I
Well,
was feeling?
Obviously, I understood because I let you go. You left. But it leads me to
Can
my
you
other
understand
question. That
the
leads me-
emotional stress
Deborah, it's
that I'm going
you know
through?
What? You know what? You
the
bring
stress
a
that
lot
you're
of it
causing
on-
me?
you
No,
know,
I'm not.
You bring
No,
a lot of-
I'm not.
When
I'm
did
not
you-
asking to come into these meetings.
When did you file this document? What time did you go down to the city manager's office? That's a question that I need to ask, and I need an answer to.
So are you investigating me for being sick? That's what it sounds like.
When did you file this document?
It was on Friday.
What time?
I don't know specifically what time it was.
Was it before or after you came in and told me you were sick?
It was before.
Okay. That's all I need to know. But you had time to file this document.
I drove down here.
But you had time to
But
file
I
it. You
drove
were so
down
sick.
here and I drove home after I told you
But
that.
you were so sick.
And I made it home safe.
But you were so sick that you filed this
I
document.
told you I
But
was
you were
sick
so
on Friday.
But you were so sick. And I'm just asking. You were so sick that you could go down and file that document on Friday after you told me.
I
that
walked
you were
in
sick.
here from my car and then I
Okay.
walked back out to my car and I drove home.
Okay. And you said you did it that morning?
I didn't say that morning.
So you did say before 1600.
I filed it before I came down here at 4 o'clock.
But you were so sick. You were so sick you could not talk to me.
Are
No.
you saying
I'm just
that I
asking.
wasn't sick?
But you were so sick.
Are you harassing me because I was sick?
See, that's why I let you go home, because you were turned.
I'm just asking you a question.
I'm just trying to get to the point. You were
Do you
so
question
sick.
all employees
Yeah, I
about
will.
being sick?
I will.
So you questioned Latoya last week when
I
if she
will.
was out
It
sick.
don't matter whether I question Latoya.
Well, I'm just
It's not
asking
about
you.
Latoya. It's
I'm just
about
asking
Officer
you.
Thomas's actions and
Why is
behavior.
it specifically about
It's
me?
Because it is. You have a track record of your actions and behavior.
Was I out sick before? Me? Sick?
Officer Thomas.
Have I been
asked
out
you-
sick
I
before?
asked you, did you, if you say you didn't file it, but you filed it on the way here, so, okay.
I didn't say I filed it on the way here. I said I filed it before I came down here. It was earlier. That's what I
Okay.
said.
Well, why didn't you say that?
Why didn't I say what?
Did you file it early? But that's okay.
I didn't think that I
That's
had to
fine.
tell you
That's
that.
fine. Well,
Where
I
is
would have
it?
had
Where-
an issue.
why would I have to
I
tell
would
you
have
that?
had, I'm gonna be honest, I would have had an issue if you told me that you were sick at 1600 and then at 1610 you dropped this off. I have an issue with that. I'm just gonna be honest.
But I drove home.
But I got an issue with that.
I walked back
issue.
out to my
But
car.
I still have an issue. But you were so sick that you couldn't stay here and talk with me about this document. I got an issue with that. And
I didn't
you
say
need to
I
know.
was so sick I couldn't stay with you and talk to you about that doctor. I told you that I was sick. I didn't feel well. That's what I told you.
So if I'd have said, Deborah, you gonna talk about this document, you would have turned it around and I would have been harassing you.
Those are your words. I'm
Okay,
not saying
fine.
that.
Well, I'll let you go. And that's what I thought I needed to do because you were sick.
But now you harassing me about it.
No, I'm not harassing you. I'm trying to get to the point.
And like I said,
I'm trying to get to the point.
that
As far as harassment on me, you need to come to me and we need to discuss the matters at hand before you go further. According to 3.9.2, and there's no way you can get around that. No way. And if you do, you will suffer disciplinary action. Period. If you're going to file some kind of complaint on Sergeant Davis. In you. I am seriously disappointed in you. After all I've tried to do to help you, Officer Thomas, you go back and stab me in the back. You did. After all I've done, tried to help you, called you when you were suspended. You did this to me.
you trying to coerce me
I am not
into
trying
saying
to
something that's
coerce
not in a document.
You know what, Officer Thomas? We don't have to discuss this any longer. You're disappointed. I'm disappointed in you. I really thought that me and you could work together. We can get past this thing. Go on about your
Get
business
past
and
what? I came
all
in here.
this. Officer Thomas, we have nothing else to discuss. We have nothing else to discuss. You know, I'm disappointed in you. Just like you're disappointed in me, I am thoroughly
You
disappointed
said
in you.
I do my
was your
job. Why are you
biggest-
disappointed
I
in me?
was your biggest advocate. I was your biggest advocate. You don't understand. I was kind of at odds with Sergeant Hurd. Yes, I was. I was your biggest advocate. And then you go and you turn around and you file this crap on me. I'm disappointed.
When
in
I
you.
came in here and you
I'm
made that
disappointed
comment to
in
me, I was not looking at you any kind of way.
I'm disappointed in you. Now, I've done all I can to assist you. And you go and do me the way you did me. And because my superior tell me to address something, I'm going to address it. I'm going to address it. And you know that you can come to my office anytime and talk to me. You know that. If you got an issue with anything, you can come to me and we can talk about it. We might not be on the same page, but you know that. You know that.
No, I don't.
Okay. All those discussions that we've had over the few years, when I was a supervisor in school resource and may have been an issue, we talked about it, we hashed it out, but yet, for some reason, you think that I am going to try to do something backhanded, underhanded, to try to get you whatever.
Did I tell you that? That you were
Well,
going to
to
try
me-
to get me? What do you mean to you? Is it written down that I said that? Those are your words.
Well,
You said that I
just-
said they are out to
Well-
get me. That is not written in my document. Those are your words.
Officer Thomas, when you wrote that stuff, like I said, about our private conversations, and again, they're not private anymore. I was trying to relay some stuff to you in a manner that I probably should not have. Because now, yeah, Lieutenant knows it. You know, I don't know who else knows it. You know, and again, when I talked about the level 3, I was in hopes.
Sergeant Davis, that
I
the
was in
stuff that
hope-
was said about the level 3, I would think that you would address that with Lieutenant Hunt, and you already said that you are done talking to me today.
Well,
So
you know what? The problem was I was trying to show you that, yeah, I was disappointed. Wished I would have got a 4, but it wasn't.
I
worth
thought
me
you said
going-
that you were going to address that next week.
Okay, I will, but I'm just, you know.
And why isn't Mr. Young addressing and it was addressed to him?
Again, he's not going to address it.
Well, that's discrimination, unfair treatment itself right there. He's
Okay.
not going to respond to my
Well,
appeal on some
okay.
discipline.
Well, you
I'm
know
entitled to have due process.
Okay, Officer Thomas. You know what? I'm gonna cut my record off, and I'm gonna tell you something in private. And I really would like for you. No, I ain't gonna cut it off. I don't want to see anything happen to you. Period. I don't want to see anything happen to you. But you know, we can't.
Are you
continue-
contemplating that something is going to happen to me?
We cannot.
Because that's kind of what it sounds
we
like.
cannot continue to file these grievances.
I'm going to be
these
disciplined for
complaints.
filing a
You
complaint.
can't do it, especially in the manner that you're filing them in, and you know, we all human. We can sit down and we can discuss stuff. You might not like it, but Deborah, this is not a democracy. You work here, and there's certain things that you gotta abide by. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's just as simple as that. But to say that someone is treating you unfairly. When
I would like a
something doesn't
response back
go-
from Mr. Young.
When something doesn't go
I would like a
your
thorough
way,
investigation
but you know
on
what?
all my allegations
Well, you know, you're probably not
for
gonna
both
get it.
complaints.
You're probably not gonna get it. That's all I have to say.
Only 3.9.2. There's a bunch of other directives. See,
Okay.
in departmental policy.
All right, well, if you can find one that addresses procedures in filing grievances and complaints, then do so. If you just got a grievance or a complaint, you know, do so. No, it needs to come through me. I've told you that several times. You know, and I mean.
But you just
it's
said
like,
if I can find it.
No.
Then you said no, it needs to come through me.
I told you. No, yeah, you're right. It needs to come through me. Period.
But you said if I can find
Period.
it.
It needs to come through me. You can't find it. If it don't exist, it don't exist. If it does exist, it exists, but it needs to come through me.
So if it exists, then I can use it.
I'm giving you direct order. It needs to come through me.
Sergeant Davis.
Okay. Well,
Respectfully said, if there's policy and I would like to use it, then I may use that other alternative.
You're absolutely right. But if you got a grievance or a complaint, it needs to come through me.
Am I going to get anything in writing from the city manager that he's not going to respond?
No.
Because that will make it, that will confirm it for me that he's not going to respond to my appeal for the disciplinary action and the suspension. That's on my record, and the only way that from my understanding, the only way to have it removed or addressed is for him to respond.
Well, he told me he was not going to respond. And if something changed, he would let me know.
Well, I'm waiting on my response from him. Not being disrespectful to you,
Okay, that's fine.
but
that's fine.
I don't have a statement from him.
Okay,
But if that's it, unless you have anything else for me.
And this is on the record, but I am just, obviously, I got a phone call yesterday that said I made the blog. So, really, seriously, do you really, you really feel like I've continued harassment? I'm asking, and this is recorded. I just want to know from my
Sergeant Davis, I don't want to discuss a complaint with you that you are named in. That makes me feel very uncomfortable. And you don't, to me, you can't understand how I feel because you're not in my shoes. It's intimidating. I prefer not to discuss it. I prefer not to have a conversation.
See, that's where we differ. You should and you will.
We had already discussed it.
No, we did not. We did not. We did not. Well, you will have to discuss it with me before you go further. You will have to discuss it with me. Before you move further, you will come in informally and we'll talk about it and we'll try to hash it out. And if it doesn't work, then you formally come back to me.
Can you give me a copy of the administrative rights form from the 11th, October 11th, 2010, and the notice of administrative investigation? I didn't get a copy the other day.
I didn't do one. So.
Am I getting a notice of administrative investigation?
I didn't do an investigation.
Okay. Well, I didn't know I didn't get one.
Yeah, that's why I didn't give you one. I didn't get to do one. I didn't do an investigation.
Well, I thought that was what the rights form was for.
It was, but I didn't do one.
Okay. So is that it for today? Do I need to stay?
It.
All righty.
All right.
Take anything up there. I don't have anything.
Okay, so and that's I guess that's so you didn't take anything to the city manager's office. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't.
Okay. So are you aware of a complaint that was entitled complaint to the city manager, Rashad Young, through channels, Officer D.V. Thomas, Support Bureau, Operational Support Division, Legal Support. Subject is complaint of continued discrimination, retaliation, intimidation, harassment, so forth and so on. So are you aware that on October 22nd, 2010, the city manager received this complaint?
I already answered your question.
No, you did not, Officer Thomas.
If I didn't take anything to the city manager's office, then...
So are you saying that you didn't know that it was going to the city manager's office?
I don't have any information on that.
So
I know I didn't take anything up there.
So did you know, or did you allow someone to take this complaint? Did you knowingly allow someone to take this complaint that you entitled and addressed to the city manager, to the city manager's office, did you allow that to happen?
How can I allow that to happen? I don't have any control over anyone but me. I have not taken anything up there.
Okay, so did you take this complaint to someone? Well, did you take this complaint to Mr. Johnson?
I'm utilizing the employee
I'm asking
assistance program.
Okay, so
And I utilize my confidential counselors.
okay, so
they do have my information.
so did you take this complaint to Mr. Johnson?
Obviously so, if he had
Okay.
it.
So did you allow Mr. Johnson to take this complaint to the city manager's office knowingly?
What do you mean, allow him?
Allow him.
I don't have any control over anyone other than me. I'm utilizing the employee assistance program, and I do share my information.
Okay. So,
As for what anyone else does,
but you did take your complaint to the city, to Mr. Johnson, correct?
I'm utilizing the employee assistance program.
That would be yes. You did take it.
I'm utilizing the employee assistance program, and I do have confidential counselors.
Okay. So, knowingly, you did not, or unknowingly, you did not know that he was going to take this to.
I have answered your question. I'm not sure.
No, you
You're
haven't.
switching it around. I've answered your question.
not
I'm
switching
utilizing
it.
the employee assistance program.
You are.
And I do have confidential counselors.
So, did you knowingly allow Mr. Johnson to take this complaint to the city manager's office? I mean, we can stand here all day, but I'm asking a question.
I've answered your question. I'm in control. I'm in control of me. Only me.
So,
I'm utilizing the employee assistance program, and I do have confidential counselors. Several that I reach out to.
did you reach out to? So,